What it do, cuckolds? It's your boy, the hater, up in this piece, and I'm a little sick. So that's why I didn't do a video yesterday. My voice is a little bit weird. I've been coughing like a mug, you know what I'm saying? And quite frankly, I don't really get sick that often, so when I do, I'm just like, what the hell's wrong, you know what I mean? And I've gotten sick like twice in the last like 2 years, and before that, it was like in 5th grade that I got sick, so I don't like it, motherfuckers, and I got a little bit of a bug. It's also because I smoke a lot of hookah and cigarettes, you know. But quit that shit soon. So let's get to it. I wanted to do this video before, and I just couldn't because my voice was gone. So it's a little bit late, but what are you going to do, right? It's time for SmackDown review, cucks. So the farewell tour of John Cena continues. And in my opinion, the more this goes on, the better it is, right? Cena comes out and says he is all 4 people in the Mount Rushmore, right? At this point, CM Cuck eventually comes out, right? Oh, no, that was later, wasn't it, motherfucks? Cody comes out. That's right. Cody comes out first. And basically, he says that he pinned Cena. Now, here's the problem with this, right? And I said this as soon as it happened, right? Who gives a shit? He pinned Cena in this, like, overproduced match that involved R-Truth. You know, like, something to be proud of. He pinned Cena, big deal. In a tag team match that didn't matter. Orton comes out and says he wants to be champion again. He's going to do so by winning the King of the Ring, which I think means the King of the Ring gives a title shot. And he says, look at Cody, he's like, look, if I have to go through you, I'll go through you, cuck. That's how it's going to be. LA Knight comes out, and now look, everybody knows I love LA Knight, but the reality is he doesn't belong here, all right? LA Knight hasn't won a match in like 8 months, you know? And I'm sick and tired of people that never win, like LA Knight, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre, continuously believing they deserve opportunity after opportunity. Like LA Knight has done nothing since he lost the title, since he lost the US title. Nothing at all. You know? Like, realistically, since he beat Logan Paul at WrestleMania like a year and a half ago now, until now, he's done nothing, okay? LA Knight is nowhere near the title picture. Basically, LA Knight says, Cena, you're balding. I'm going to kick your ass. And the best part of this was when Cena just looks at all of them, like laughs and leaves, right? Because it's like, aside from Orton, who is Orton, obviously, the rest of these guys, like Cucky and LA Knight, are not on the level of Cena. And the fact that they come out here and pretend that they're equals is just laughable at this point, right? LA Knight is talking about winning the world title. It's like, John Cena is a 17-time champion. Orton is a 15-time champion. LA Knight is a 0-time champion, and Cucky is a 1-time champion. So it's like, what are we talking about here? These people are not equals, cuck. They're not equals at all. Now after this, R-Truth comes out, blindsides Cena, starts whooping his ass. For some reason, R-Truth didn't shave his head completely. He still has like the short hair with like little squiggly lines. It looks really stupid. Quite frankly, he looks a little bit weird without the locks, right? I don't want to hear all this shit. Oh, hater doesn't understand dreadlocks. Yes, I do, motherfuckers. And don't be surprised. You know, like a lot of people just don't understand hair, period, right? Like, remember when Baron Corbin shaved off his head? A bunch of my friends were like, wow, he really committed to the role. I'm like, his hair was falling apart. He had like 3 hairs left, so he cut that shit. Same thing, I'm not surprised at all about R-Truth. Jacob Fatu is going to be next. There's a reason why he wears a little hood. He wears the hood because he wants to hide his bald spots. His hair looks like shit. It looks like ass hair. Anyways, that went down. R-Truth attacked him. Nothing came of it, right? The segment was boring. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, you had Cena there. You had R-Truth there. There was some continuity. But the rest of it was just like, we're going to beat you, Cena. And Cena's like, I don't give a fuck. So he just like left, right? There you have it. After this, we have a match, right? Some of the people already in there, like LA Knight and Randy Orton, are going to be there. They're going to fight in the match. Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black join, and it's one of those like King of the Ring 4-ways that are going to lead to something, right? Orton eventually hits the RKO onto Carmelo Hayes and onto LA Knight. So LA Knight basically has been laid out. Carmelo goes for like a dive, right? But basically just gets RKO'd in the air, and he gets like RKO'd on top of LA Knight. Orton pins LA Knight. That's it, right? This happened in the backdrop of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker showing up and ruining shit, right? This is fair. LA Knight, I'm starting to turn on him a little bit, but I still like him. I think he's better off feuding with Seth Rollins. The match was won and lost because Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed came to attack LA Knight. That's kind of like LA Knight's argument. But the reality is, LA Knight just got pinned. You know what I mean? And he didn't lose to fucking Tozawa. He lost to Randy Orton. So it's not like he was guaranteed to win this. Anyways, it took a fucking year to start this match. The match felt long. It was what it was. Next up, Cargill, Piper Niven, Nia Jax, and Michin for the women's Queen of the Ring, I guess it's called, right? Nothing to worry about here. Jade Cargill hits Piper Niven with a jaded, which is pretty cool because Niven is a fat bitch. You know what I'm saying? And, Jade Cargill is strong. I should say fat bitch. She's a fat pig. I don't want to be rude. You know what I'm saying? I like Piper Niven, actually. And that's kind of her character, is that she's fat, right? Like, I don't even mean it like in a bad way. I think her being fat sets her apart. I think she's one of the more interesting broads, right? After this, at some point, I may be getting this out of order because it's been a few days. Fatu comes out, right? I don't like this at all. He's basically a babyface now. Solo Sikoa is right. This guy is retarded. There isn't anything to be excited about, in my personal opinion. I don't particularly like Jacob Fatu. He comes out, and this is a complete waste of time. It's a short promo. He runs through his shit catchphrases, which are all things that the rapper Chingy used to say in the year 2001, right? No originality from this asshole at all, right? Anyways, Sikoa shows up on the little Titantron, and he says, look, I did it to you, right? I did it to you. I brought you here. I can take you out, right? And then basically he says, I want to hear you say, oh, I love you, Solo, right? And I'll embrace you with open arms. This is literally the same thing that he did to Roman Reigns. He basically said, acknowledge Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns didn't acknowledge him. Why would Jacob Fatu acknowledge him, right? In my personal opinion, and I will die, and I will not change my mind, right? Jacob Fatu is not a star. Jacob Fatu is fucking boring, right? He does the same Samoan moveset as Jimmy Uso. There is nothing about Jacob Fatu that is better than Jimmy Uso, right? He's not better looking. He's not in better shape. He's the same guy, right? But the crowd likes Fatu because the crowd is dipshits, right? Basically, that happens. Nobody cares at all. After this, we have the fucking match. I think this happened before the match. And now it's time for something that I'm going to need to talk about this in some length, motherfucks. I was going to save it for last, but quite frankly, it's not worthwhile saving it for last. The next match is Motor City Machine Guns versus Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy of the Wyatt Six. This is, undoubtedly the worst match I've ever seen on TV, right? I skipped some of it, but Dexter Lumis, it's like this guy has wrestled one match. And this was one of my favorite wrestlers in NXT because of his character work, right? Lumis, I'm looking at the reviews here to remind myself what I watched. And the fucking person who wrote this on Bleacher Report gave the match a C+ and says Lumis is an underrated performer. What the fuck are you talking about? Lumis botched 6 times. Inexcusably. You haven't wrestled in 3 years? The one time you wrestle, you should be better than this. He botched the finish. He botched the DDT that he was supposed to sell. He botched all his spots, basically. This is unacceptable. The level was so low that when you think that Dexter Lumis is a veteran, he's in his 40s, he's been wrestling forever, and you think that Logan Paul exists in the same profession, right? Logan Paul was better literally in his first match than Dexter Lumis was in a match 25 years down his career. It's unacceptable how bad this was. And this hurts me because I like Dexter Lumis. But the hater also likes the truth cuckolds. Quite frankly, I don't really see the point of the Wyatt Six. Just whatever. Make them tag team champions. I don't care at all. Right? Some point, Big Matt John comes out again, calls out R-Truth. CM Punk shows up. Oh my God. This was just terrible. Right? CM Punk is just not good at what he does. He comes out and makes it about himself. He says the same shit he said on Raw, which basically amounts to, you're a CM Punk ripoff. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that's kind of true, but CM Punk really leans hard on that one time he left the company and came back 2 weeks later. You know? It's not the same thing. Because Cena is leaving, right? CM Punk said it like a bitch and came back. Cena is leaving, right? That's the idea. Basically, they say nothing. Cena doesn't care. CM Punk pretends that he's above this. CM Punk pretends he's a big deal. And he says that he's going to beat Cena. Cena is not impressed by this, as nobody could possibly be. CM Punk, in this promo, right? CM Punk effectively implied that him and Cena are anywhere near equals, right? It's Cena is if Cena's Hulk Hogan, CM Punk is Billy Kidman or Akio. You know what I mean? He is not a big deal. CM Punk, in the history of wrestling, in the context of John Cena, he's a nobody, a nothing, a peon, right? But he made it seem as if oh, John, me and you, this and that, shut the fuck up, right? R-Truth comes up and attacks Cena from behind. You know, to be expected. But whatever, you know. I will say that Cena, when he insults people, he's just, quite frankly, it's a mixture of ability to speak on a microphone, which Cena is 100 times better than CM Punk in, and intelligence. Cena is far, far more intelligent than CM Punk. You can just tell. His insults are much more clever. CM Punk's insults are insecure. CM Punk doesn't believe the shit that he says. He has to convince the audience that he's good. Cena's I'm fucking John Cena, you know? So, you know, hopefully we never see this again. I hope Cena beats his ass quickly at Crown Jewel or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't think CM Punk has a chance to win. Some people are saying R-Truth is going to be champion. More on that later, Cooks. Next up, Charlotte, Alba Fire, Alexa Bliss, and Candice LeRae. In another meaningless throwaway match, Bliss wins, and she's part of the Queen of the Ring, right? Nick Aldis is approached by R-Truth, or Ron Killings, I should say, and they're going to have a match. Great. I don't know. I don't know what the point of that is. Why not just, have the match tonight, you know? Anyways, now it's time for Cookie, Damian Priest, Nakamura, and Andrade. If it weren't for the fact that this match has Nakamura, Andrade, and Damian Priest, I would think that Cody Rhodes would probably lose. But since everyone else is a massive jobber, Cody wins. You see what I'm saying? Cody is now moving forward in the fucking bullshit. He pins Nakamura. That's it. It doesn't really make any sense. But whatever, right? That's just how it went down. Cookie wins. Cookie will go. I don't know. It's going to be weird. Because it's Cookie versus Jey Uso, I think. Because Jey Uso's going to win the other match. I'm pretty sure. Jey Uso's going to win the other men's qualifying match on Raw. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cookie versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso wins. And then Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. Sami Zayn wins. Right? But you can also see Sami Zayn versus Cookie. Sami wins. I'm pretty sure Sami Zayn is going to win. You know? And I'm pretty sure he's not going to win the world title. If he does, that's going to be fucking disgusting. You know? Who's he going to wrestle? Gunther again, you know? But anyways, we'll see how that goes. Now that being said, take care of yourselves and go fuck your mothers.